Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Jess Althea's channel. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm going to be doing a video on how to do makeup for my more mature audience, the 60, 70, 80-year-olds. Bearing in mind that they have wrinkles, crease, under eye problems. Just an easy, beginner friendly makeup if they've not done makeup before, what they can and cannot do to be successful with the application. So let's get into the video. For my OG subscribers, thanks for tuning in back to Jess Althea's channel. Persons who are tuning in for the first time, welcome to Jess Althea's channel, and let's get into today's video. All right guys, so today by request I'm going to be doing some makeup on doing my makeup for more of a mature audience that would like a more minimalistic way of applying makeup, not all the 1,000 steps that I customarily do. So not all the steps that I customarily do, with products that are more manageable and with just able to apply with more ease the techniques that I am showing. And so let's get into the video. So first you must moisturize. Just ensuring that you moisturize because of the fine lines, your makeup will tend to settle in. And so today I'm just going in with the Pond's Rejuveness, and this is pretty affordable. The small size I'm able to get in Walmart in the travel aisle, or you can get it in your local drugstore. For my people in the tropicals, you can get it at Fontana. Just make sure you're getting the one made in the US. It has less products that are harmful. It takes out all that bleachy stuff. So yeah. All right, so that's my Pond's. Use whatever moisturizer that you have. Ensure that you allow for it to dry down. So while it is that you are in a rush, you need to follow the steps to ensure that your makeup is lasting and is flawless. So you can use a fan. I know you can help. So you can use a fan to help dry down fast. And yeah, all right, we're not going to leave out our sunscreen. Ignore this big bottle. It's 50% super glue play. It's the same one that I have, but I use my insurance funds that were left over for last year to get this big bottle. So make sure you're putting sunscreen on, and I am using one that is moisturizing at this point. It is winter time for me, so if this is gonna make you sweat, then use one that is more matte. Supergoop has the matte formula as well, so you can use that formula and make sure that you're applying enough to last throughout the day. My moisturizing formula helps to just get into the fine lines and to fill them and just to plump the face, getting it ready for my makeup. So that's it. I'm gonna allow for that to dry down and then I'll come back. All right, so while that dried down, I just went in and did my edges. So you can utilize your time wisely. Put your base on, put the moisturizer sunscreen on, then comb your hair and then get into the rest of the makeup. I'm now going to just apply a little bit of moisture on my lips. So that also creates the base of the lip products. If you're into lipsticks and you need your lips to plump up, just moisturize them while you do the base. Now I'm going to go in with more of illuminating products. I prefer soft matte satin products. I used to be heavy into mattes because my skin was really greasy, but I realized that as I age, I'm more of a combination skin. I'm dry, oily, but I'm going to go in today with my Juvia's Place I Am Magic Radiant Foundation, and I'm going to apply it with a brush. You can use your hand or a sponge, whatever you prefer. And so for my mature audience, less is more. And when I say my mature audience, I'm talking about my late 60s, 70s, 80-year-olds. So less is more. You won't cake into your creases, into your fine lines, into your wrinkles. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit on, and then I'm going to spread that. For me, I have to, for you to see it on camera, I have to use a little bit more. So just use what you need and what you're comfortable with. So like I said, less is more. It's it's less likely to settle into the fine lines. All right, so we blend that out. So I'm pulling a little bit to share it out, and then I am tapping it in so it goes into the skin. And then what's left on the brush, I go on my forehead. I use less on my forehead. And then you know the places that you want to cover. Now, if you have dark spots and so forth and so on, you can proceed that by going in with a little bit of concealer, depending if it's just a regular work day or you're just going to town. You don't have to do all that. But if you're going to church and you want a dollop or a program or whatever, and you have dark spots, you can go in with a dollop of concealer directly on those dark spots to cover them up, and then put your foundation on, and you'll have a more full coverage look without using excessive foundation. All right, so I think all that blended in. Sorry, I'm looking in the mirror here. Now let's get into concealer. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydro Camel Concealer with a satin finish. So I'm using something that is also moisturizing, not too drying for my under eyes. Remember, as you age, you have more creases under the eye, and you really don't want something that is going to settle into the creases easily. I'm just gonna do a tad on my forehead. You can skip this step. You can just use what's left on your brush down your nose, on your forehead, and under the chin. Again, you're going to be putting back the concealer one. Yes, you do want to conceal those bags and darkness under the eyes, but it also brings back light into the face that you have just created a blank canvas with your foundation. All right, so I'm gonna allow that to sit for a bit, and I'm gonna go in to do my brows, and I have a pressed powder. So I would say don't use the loose powder because it's harder to control. If you're more advanced, then you use that. So I'm just gonna go in and just put some on my brows so that it's easier to shape out, that the product is not slipping and sliding around. And then I'm gonna go in with my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. If you prefer a pomade or a powder formula, go ahead and use that. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go in and do my brows, and I must look in the mirror for this. So I use the spoolie end. This is a spoolie end one with a brush to just brush it up. Not all products will come with a spoolie end, so you can get a spoolie separately that you prefer. And then I'm gonna go in with the micro brow, the pencil aspect. And this doesn't have to be technical. Just create a line at the base where you want. And I'm lifting my brows a bit. The fatty pad, I'm not putting any hair products, any product on that area. I'm going above that area just to lift the face a bit and then draw that out. The powder helps for the product to grip, and then just draw that out. Just don't draw a line across with your product. It looks tacky. So spend some time learning how to do your brows, because it really does elevate your look and gives your face a more cleaner, finished appearance. It has taken a while for me to, so practice makes perfect. So every time you're going out, just spend a little time on your brows. And I don't want this to be a long video, but the steps are important to see. Now, they will not always come out pristine, so which is why the next step is going to be important. Because your face will sag, you'll have skin sag, so the product is not going to go across easily. We're just being real here. All right, so just work with it as much as you can, and then you clean it up with a little bit of the concealer. All right, so I'm going to go in with this flat brush that I have here. And I'm going to use just a little bit of the product that I've had sitting here and just clean that up. Doesn't have to be exact or perfect. Do the best you can. And for filming purposes, of course it's gonna take longer, but when I'm getting ready like for work, this is my exact routine. It doesn't take me that long. All right, so you can use your finger. So I'm gonna just blend out with my finger, and then the other side with a brush. All right, so I'm gonna use the ring finger because it's a little it doesn't have as much pressure, and I'm blending just that one finger. Let's blend. And then use the excess over your eye. See, it's just as beautiful as if you use the brush. And then I'm gonna go in with the brush on the other side. And so you just use the equipment, and whichever you settle with, then make it your routine. One thing about it though, if you use a finger, make sure that you have a napkin so you don't mess up your clothes. We're going to work, whatnot. Gotta have a napkin on hand to make sure that you're wiping it off frequently, because that can create some mess for you. Make sure you're tapping it in the corner of your nose, because that will crease your smile lines as well. Make sure the products are tapped in well. Blending is essential just to get everything in place. So I have completed the concealing process. So I'm gonna go in with a pressed powder. Like I said, this is much easier to manage, and usually they come with a puff inside. You can use it, but I'm gonna use this one that I got from Amazon, and I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna press in the pan. Just get enough product on. I'm still gonna make sure that it's even, So I'm going to press it out in the palm of my hand or on the back of my hand, and then press it under my eye, because you want the product that you used earlier to stay put, because the concealer will slip around during the day as your natural oils start coming out. So this step, I say don't skip. Make sure you're doing that. And this a pressed powder is easier to manage than a loose powder, so I say go with that. The formula also will help to keep it in place. The loose powders are usually more drying and can cause you to look a little bit more wrinkly, creased, etc. All right, so now that we have that in place, we're going to go in and we're going to bronze. Again, I'm going to use a powder bronzer. You don't have to worry about any cream bronzer or anything fancy like that. I'm going in with my Physician formula. Previously, I used a Super Stay from Maybelline. There are a plethora of products out there, whatever is accessible to you, whatever is affordable for you, whatever is your shade, use that. And so again, you just want to bring some structure. So if you're going out fancy and whatever, make it a little bit more seamless. I do a little bit more in the high point of my cheeks and I brush it upwards, because if you're chunky, it will give you a little bit of a structure in the face. Again, bronzing also brings back the warmth to your face that you have eliminated when you put your foundation on. So here we're just blending upward so we're not widening our face. So now, depending on your face structure, it depends on what you want the outcome to be. If you have high cheekbones, this is not going to work for you because it's going to make it a little bit more harsh. If you have bone structure on the chin, then you know you're gonna do what I just did, just to lift it up and just to accentuate that. And then if you have a round face, this will be perfect for you, like it is for me. All right, so nice and warm up the bronzing. I just love doing makeup. You don't have to worry about contouring the nose and all that. You're going to work, you're going to church. You don't need to get into all that. That's another level. This is just everyday quick for my mature women who don't have the time, energy, or you know, the whereabouts to get this done. If you're already there, carry on. But this is beginner friendly. All right. Again, now I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the powder here just to brighten my forehead, brighten the under eye, brighten my chin. And then if you want a little more structure, take it another step, then you can chisel the under aspect of where you just bronze. It gives it a little bit more of a cut crease. And a little bit more shape and structure. I'm gonna put some in my fine lines and I'll blow it out. And that's enough. Now I'm gonna apply a little blusher, and I have this one from Sephora. I also have one from Milani. This one has a little bit of sparkle, whatever you want to go on. This is a little bit matte. I think I'm just going to go for the sparkle today. So we're going to go, it's the Milani Carolina. It's number 8, and I've had this for forever. I'm just going to tap in a little bit, swirl it around, tap the product off so you're not going in excessively. I'm just gonna go on top of where I had the bronzer on the cheek and on top of where I have the bronzer, not too much, just and then the other side. Make sure the product coming up, because the blusher is going to be the first to wear off, so don't mind that it may look harsh initially, because it will wear away. All right, I am going to also go in with my powder on top of my lid just to seal. The concealer in. I'm gonna go in a little bit extra to just wear away the blush. You can skip that step. I'm also gonna use the blusher as my eyeshadow product. Oops, the blush as my eyeshadow product. So I'm just going with a small brush and just going over the eye just to add a little color. The outer eye and just on the entire lid. So you really don't need 1,001 products, but as a makeup lover, I do. If you're just trying to get to your day-to-day business, getting your day going, you don't need a lot. Or you just need a really simple palette. All right, I'm gonna also go in with the bronzer just to deepen that up, and I'm using the same brush. I'm just turning it to the other side, get some of my bronzer on here, and just deepen the outer aspect, and taking it into the crease just to finish that up. All right, and that's it for the eye. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just do a lash, and I'm using in the Milani highly rated lash extension. Use whatever mascara you prefer. I like this one. It stays put, easy to wash off. Does not cause a lot of darkening on my under eye. So I love the fact that it's tubed, so it just easily fall off when I wash my face. So just put a little lash extension on. I mean, mascara, which is called a lash extension. All right, now that's pretty much it. If you want to go an extra step and seal everything in, you can use another powder, but pretty much you don't have to do anything else. I'm just gonna do that because I'm going to be filming and I just need this not to move around. Just to seal all the cream products in. And on the neck. And for my ladies who like eyeliner, go ahead and do that. I'm not really an eyeliner person, but for all the purpose of this video, I guess I can. I don't even know where they are because I hardly ever use a liner. Okay, here's one. And I'm just gonna go on the outer aspect, and this helps to give, oh, is this one? Yes. This helps to give my eye a little bit of lift and structure if you're so inclined. Don't pull them. This is the exact reason why I don't put it on, because I'm not good at it. So I'm just putting it right at the end just to give a lift. I'm not going all the way across. Just a nice winged effect. Now my my 70, 80-year-olds may not get into this unless you've been practicing this all your life. This is new. Just forget this step. All right, so we're just gonna do a light lip, and I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid matte lip. You can clean the under aspect off. I tend not to. It works well for me. And I'm gonna go in with a little bit of pink on the inside. It's from Juvia's Place, this lip gloss. Or you can use your traditional lipstick. I don't like this bright lip. I'm really not into bright lips, but they look good on me. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm not into it. So here's the finished look, guys. So simple, easy, beginner friendly for my mature women, 60, 70, 80-year-olds. Just remember that less is more. Less will get into the creases. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Use your sunscreen if you have dark spots and you want to look a little bit more full coverage. Put some concealer on the dark spots, blend them in, and then use less foundation. Use a pressed powder as opposed to a loose powder. It's easier to control. And so those are the tips for my super mature audience. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in back to Jess Althea's channel. And until next time, comment below the videos that you'd like to see. And until next time, guys, bye.